largest unsupported cathedral dome in the world. The largest is on St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Christopher Wren himself is buried in the tomb at St. Paul's alongside the Iron Duke, Duke of Wellington, and Admiral Lord Nelson. Above Wren's tomb there's a Latin inscription that roughly translates to, "If you seek his monuments, look about you." That refers to over 120 of Wren's buildings, churches and landmarks, from Hampton Court Palace, 21 miles behind us, to the old Royal Naval College at Greenwich. To the right hand side we have the old Bankside Power Station. That was designed by Giles Gilbert Scott. It closed due to the escalating price of oil. It's now home to the Tate Modern, the largest collection of modern art in the world. We're about to pass through the Millennium Bridge. It's locally known as the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. It was opened by our late Queen in the Millennium year, and it was closed by the police because it wobbled quite violently. They had to close the bridge for 2 years while they spent millions of pounds dewobblising it just to make it safe. To the right hand side there's a white building with timber frames that are thatched roof. That's a replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. It was the idea of Sam Wanamaker, an American film producer and director. You can see Shakespearean plays performed over there in period dress and costume for only £5. That's excellent value for live entertainment here in London. Ahead of us on the left we have a building with the undesirable job of testing all the beers, wines and spirits that are brought into this country. There's a 10-year waiting list to join them, and I only know that because I've been waiting 5. I'm about halfway there. The bridge ahead of the boat is Southwark Bridge. It's the narrowest and least used road bridge across the Thames in central London. The approach roads are so narrow and they are so poorly signed. Not many Londoners know this bridge is here. So if you do see any up there today, give them away. They're more than likely lost. Through this bridge off to the left, they've got a barge full of grey containers. These containers are being filled with non-recyclable rubbish. The barge will be taken downriver to Belvedere, where the rubbish is incinerated and it's used to generate electricity. They've got no doubt such a high one, less than 1% gets into the atmosphere. The only byproduct is something called cotton ash. That's taken further downriver to Tilbury. It's used to make breeze bombs. There has been an anchor tavern at Bankside for over 400 years. It's now moved to larger premises downriver in the Dock. It's even said that William Shakespeare had a changing room at the anchor when he was performing at the nearby Rose and Globe Theatre. We're just passing through Cannon Street Railway Bridge, the second oldest and the ugliest railway bridge to cross the Thames in central London. In over the 1860s. The bridge off to the right, tucked between the buildings, we have a wooden sailing ship. That's a working replica of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. Francis Drake circumnavigated the globe on the original. He stole so much gold from the Spanish that they went off to America, where he helped to found the Harvard Library and University. We're about to pass through London Bridge, the 5th bridge to span the river on this site. The first one was a wooden bridge built by the Romans in around 43. This bridge was opened by our late Queen in 1973. It replaced the last bridge, man-made Lake Havasu, in the Arizona desert. Off to the left-hand side, we've got a sandy-coloured building with golden fish for weather vanes. That's the old Billingsgate Fish Market. There was a fish market on that site for over 900 years. It's now moved to larger premises downriver in Docklands area, where it is still famous for its fresh fish and the foul language from its porters. A young man called Maurice Micklewhite started his career there. He later went on to become the famous Cockney actor Michael Caine. Ahead of us on the left, we have the Tower of London. The square keep with the 4 turrets is the White Tower. It was built for William the Conqueror. It was completed in 10. Over the last 900 years, the tower has been a royal palace, a royal mint, an armoury, observatory, a menagerie, place of execution, and home to the crown jewels. Traitors were tried at Westminster Hall, where we started. They were brought downriver in a small boat. They were taken through the entry to Traitors Gate to be locked up inside the tower, where
Tower Bridge now, Tower Bridge.
Tower Hill, or inside
Tower
the
Bridge.
Tower on Tower Green. Contrary to popular belief, less than 10 people
Stay there.
were executed inside the Tower of London. The majority of the executions took place outside of the tower, up on Tower Hill. One of the most famous people to be sent to the Tower of London was a young red-headed princess called Elizabeth. She was sent to the tower downriver. It cleans up the river considerably. The project's coming to an end, and they've essentially taken this site apart. So the brown copper dam with these barges alongside it is being taken out, and then the nice new river wall at the back, the grey wall, that'll be the edge of the river once again, just like it was many years ago. Off to the left-hand side. home to a world-renowned art collection. Greenwich is also a great place for a drink or something to eat. Lots of lovely pubs, restaurants and shops. Behind the Cutty Sark, we've got the Gypsy Moth pub. It's a lovely pub with a large beer garden. Further behind that is Greenwich Market with a glass roof and pubs. Now if you're leaving us here folks, please make sure you've got all of your personal items and belongings. It's only a brief stop to let them. There are toilets at the top of the pier and visitor centre. Once again, I did say at the start, we're not official tour guides, we're only the crew of the boat. We like to point out places of interest to make the trip a little bit more interesting. If anyone would like to...
Look, that's where we went there last time, oh. There, you can see it from there inside there. There's a mirror, glass there. There are glass.
We actually have the world famous Tower of London. The Tower of London dates back to William the Conqueror. The Tower of London has been many things in its years of history, most famously known as a royal palace, a prison, and a place of execution. Today, Westminster, the seats of our British government. This is where our government are hard at work. Well, I say work anyway. In front of the Palace of Westminster is a Westminster Pier, our final stop where this boat now comes out of sea. So everyone must leave us at this. Before you leave us, have a look around you so you have everything with you. So in the room your day by leaving something for balance. As we come to an end of the boat trip, this sadly brings me to an end of the commentary. Now I do hope to enjoy your trip today aboard the Sarpedon. As I pointed out earlier on, probably guessed by now, we're not professional guides, we are only the crew members. We try and do these little talks with you to try and make your trip that little bit more enjoyable. And if I succeeded, anyone on board has listened to the commentary today, you've enjoyed it, like any appreciation. You can, as you leave the boats, I'll be standing by the exit with our silver buckets. Just our little silver bucket. Just like to thank you all for your kind attention for our commentary. I hope you have a lovely afternoon here at Westminster.